What up? My name's Tyler with Tarver Academy, and today I want to talk to you about how to handle a student that causes disruptions during class. Let's go. Okay, so if you could real quick subscribe, that'd be lovely. That's the best way to handle a student. I'm just kidding. Okay, so for real, you're teaching class, you've got a group of anywhere from 10 to 30 students in there, and you got a kid that just keeps causing disruptions, whether they're trying to get a laugh out of their classmates or they're being disruptive. There are multiple ways to handle this student. If you have a procedure in place for how you handle discipline, start with those procedures and follow them through. I'm just gonna go and throw out some of my small things I do to help deter them from derailing the learning. One is the proximity rule. You guys know this, I'm sure. You learned it in your classroom management classes. If you're standing, like you got students making comments or they're talking or they're not paying attention, when you're teaching, you walk over there and stand in their close proximity, not like all up in their face, but like stand near them. And that allows them to know, because when your voice gets louder, you don't have to look at them, you don't have to address it, you're just moving towards them, and then you're still continuing with the learning. So that's a good way to do it, because it's almost like they have more oversight. The further you are from the students, the more freedom they feel like they have to act whatever way they want. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, if they make a comment or something that is just disruptive. There are some students that do this continually. They're, students that you have problems with. You need to build a relationship with them, like build good rapport with them to where they care enough about you and y'all's rapport so that they don't act up in class because they don't want to disappoint you, because they care about your class. You empower them, that's the way you build them up. What I want to focus on today is if you have a student who usually doesn't act up, but then they do. You can tell usually if they're having a bad day, they just got a grade in a class before that bother them, a teacher maybe jumped on them the class before, they broke up with whatever true love they were dating that week. And so they're in there, and I had this happen with a student. We were talking about something, and I called on him to answer because I'm just popcorning, asking different people questions. And he didn't want to answer, and I was just like, come on, give it a shot, anything you want. And he resisted, and at first I caught some aggression out of it, and it's not like I'm being rude or anything, I was just wanting him to participate, and I was like, no, seriously, give it a shot, trying to push through. And he made a comment that was blatantly rude. So this is my advice: when you have a situation, a conflict, something that happens in your class, you have a choice to try to make them submit to your authority in that moment in front of their peers. I do not recommend doing that. If you do that, yeah, it may work. You may come back and be like, you're going to be quiet, sit down, you're going to listen, or you're going to answer, or whatever. You come in hot, but then you run a high risk of them. It's fight or flight. They either sit down and be quiet, and you've put a wall up between you two as far as rapport goes, because you've chosen to over the top Sylvester Stallone, arm wrestle them down, or you separate them from the situation so that they don't come back at you, because they could very easily just come back, bam, and then it's like principal's office, or you guys go back and forth, and that's never a good situation, because the students in the class view it as you've lost control or you've lost authority. So that is a gamble I don't recommend taking. What I always did, and what I recommend I tried to do as much as I could, what always worked best for me is separate them from the audience. When you guys get into it in front of the class, you have an audience, and they're waiting to see what happens. Who's going to give first? How are you going to react? Who's really in charge? How far can I go in the future before I get in trouble? I just say, hey, just step outside the classroom, please. 9 times out of 10, they will want to leave and get out of that situation. And you'll find that when you take them outside, you're standing outside the door, and you're talking to them, and you're having that conversation with them, their attitude changes severely, especially if you come out calm. This is what I always did. I walked out and I started asking questions. I don't know where their state of mind is. I don't know what happened in the classroom. I don't know anything going on in their head. Okay? So I'm not going to go out there and start getting into, you're going to do this, you're going to do this, what you're going to do. I walk out and I start asking questions to figure out what the actual problem is. Because the problem is not that I asked a question in class. Okay, the problem may be that they had a bad day. The problem may be they don't know what to do and they don't look stupid in front of their friends. We don't know what the problem is because we haven't asked. So you walk out there and you go, as calm as you can. What's up, man? What's going on? What's happening? This is not you. Give them an out to know that this is not how they act. You know that they are better than they're acting right now. So you start asking questions. You start finding out what can you do. What can you do to help them? Not, you're in trouble and this is why. They may have consequences for acting the way they did in class. That happens. You talk to them, you listen, you go, now you know you can't talk to me like that. It's inappropriate. It's not respectful. Like, I don't talk to you like that, so please don't talk to me like that. Unless you do talk to them, then don't say that. But it's an area where you're going to be like, these are the consequences for that. You know, it's against the handbook, or I'm going to send you to the principal's office. I understand why you did it. It's still not okay. You have to explain to them so they actually learn. Okay? What a lot of teachers want students to learn is that I'm in charge, you do what I say. You know, well, that's in the real world. A lot of businesses aren't like that. We're not all working for Steve Jobs anymore. A lot of people in today's world, they want somebody that I can have a conversation with. They're human. We're human. We like to understand and talk and have sympathy and empathy. So talk to them. What's up? You understand you can't do that? Explain to them so they learn they can't do that in those situations. The best way to explain it is calmly, and after you've listened, understood their side, and then present to them why they still can't do that, even though you do understand why they reacted that way. So that's my opinion. That's what you should do. The comments, I'd love to hear your opinion, how you think you should handle it. If you're a student, I'd love to know how you would like to handle your bad days, your comments, or anything like that. Ways the teachers maybe I missed. I'd love to see them. So put those in the comments. Please subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Have a great day. Peace. Hey, what's up? If that helped at all, please subscribe to this channel. It's free, costs nothing. Just click the little red subscribe button unless they change the color. I'm just gonna wait right here. Look at this lighting. Oh, wow.